Good day, ladies and gentlemen. And today we have Drift Brad here, or some as known as Brandon Steele. So Brandon, I have a couple questions for you, as a couple people probably want to know. First question I have for you: at what age were you introduced to motorsport as a whole? Not only sim racing, motorsport, like your first introduction in motorsport. Give us an idea of how this passion of yours started.
All right. Well, it all started in the fetus. So, I'm born and grew into racing. Grandfather was Tom Miller, who was champion circuit racer. He used to race alongside with Frankie Boudram and Silborn Clark. So I was born into it. Started racing at the age of 12. Started go-karting. My first race I started like 25th, finished 6th amongst the experienced racers. And I also following the footsteps of my mother as well. So I started from 12. I learned about it from in the fetus, so I'm good to go now.
Right. Well, that's a real interesting reply. That's great. So my next question for you is GT Sport more than a game for you? What do you think of GT Sport, or as in a bigger picture, what is sim racing to you? As in the whole picture, is it just a game, or is it a little bit more than just a game for you?
All right. Well, sim racing for me is something that helps you in the real life understand certain physics of a vehicle and how it operates. So I wouldn't say I will jump into sim racing, and because I'm a good sim racer, I will be a good circuit racer or rally driver, whatever the case is. But it's basically just for you to use the same knowledge that you have in real life. You can use that in the sim racing, and it also helps you to familiarize with real life tracks as well. But to say that if I'm a good sim racer and just because I'm good at it, I could probably just go and race a car, I don't think that is possible. But I take it to a certain point of seriousness, because yes,
well, I could see you wearing your race suit right now, so you're definitely very serious about it.
When it's time for the racing, I will be wearing my full race gear. I have to feel it. I have to feel everything.
Well, that pretty much answers or starts to get into the next question, which I had kind of lined up there now. As I was gonna ask now, how do you feel sim racing really helped you, or has it helped you in any form of racing at all? I mean, I know that a lot of sim racing elements like GT Sport don't feature local tracks and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, do you want to expand a little more? Has it really helped you in sim racing, or has sim racing helped you in real life racing?
All right. I will say yes, it did, because it helps to clarify certain things that you may be afraid to try in real life. So, for example, drifting. When I started drifting, I couldn't do manji and stuff like that. That's when you're going up the straight side to side. And I actually came home and I played Gran Turismo, and I learned about the body roll and which part I put to apply the accelerator and stuff like that. And it actually helped me to go back out and to perform what it is I had to do. Because in real life, you may want to do something, but you're afraid that you damage something with your vehicle, or you might crash or something like that.
There's no reset button in real life.
Exactly. With the sim racing, you have no fear. You just try it, and you could actually see what the car going to do, so you'll have an idea for real life. So I will say yes, it will help you to a certain extent.
So bringing the fact that there's sim racing, as I said, there's no fear. What is your opinion on the typical dive bomber? You have anything, thoughts about dive bombers in general from sim racing? You know, that's a common thing in sim racing that's not as common in real life. What's your thoughts on typical dive bombers?
Yes, well, we are all guilty of dive bombing in sim racing. Everyone, even myself. I think with the sim racing is because depending on your camera angle that you're using, or just the state of mind that it's a sim game, you may try to execute moves that aren't really possible. So when it is in the sim race itself, you need to think, if this was a real life situation, would I try to make this move? Or would I have tried to make this move? And that is where you will know if it was a move that was too extraordinary or not.
Right, right. So why the name Drift Brat? Where is that coming from?
Well, honestly, I started off as Spongebob in go-karting. So like all the people who
I
know
don't
me
know.
from
I can't figure
go-karting,
that one out. I really can't figure that one out.
from go-karting and Solodex, people like Devinat, Gerard Wilson, they will know me as Spongebob because they
Right.
were around since I was go-karting. And then when I got into the drifting scene now, of course, I had to come up with a new name. Can't go in drifting as Spongebob.
Right.
So just Drift Brat just came to mind. I can be Drift King because it already have Drift King out there. I wouldn't call his name because you know that will cause a whole big bacchanal. So the next thing, Drift Brat.
Right. So the next question, probably a question that many of us have to want to know, right? So is it a wheel or a controller?
All right, let's just see if it is a make it in the top 3 in the finals. I will expose that.
we'll definitely wait to find out with that one, right? So that being said, now is now going back to the tournament itself now. Who are the competitors or the ones that you have your closest eye on so far? We have one more of qualifying, but still, so far, who are the ones that you really have your eyes on the most?
All right, well, who I know about so far, I really need to look out for So. That's Andrew. He and bad guy Calera, hope I'm pronouncing his PSN right. That is Declan.
I'm sure he'll forgive you.
Yeah, since from the start, they have been pressure to me. Pressure. So those are the two that I'll have to look out for. And seeing that they're racing on wheel, you know, they might be a little more at advantage to me.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I feel.
Did you just leak a little bit of information there?
Yeah, that's just so everybody could think about it themselves. I don't need to be outright with it, but.
Oh, was that trick? How do you see sim racing as a how do you see sim racing going in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean and a whole scene that we in this pandemic, and it has grown a bit right now, and you will see like Barbados has had this huge rally tournament. FIA has given out a lot of instructions to host a lot of events. Gran Turismo has basically put a large budget out. A lot of places, Formula One's most recent events, all their Formula One drivers, or most I should say, actually on sim racing and doing sim racing online. So what do you think is the future for sim racing locally, as in for Trinidad and maybe even a little further out as the Caribbean? What's your thoughts on that?
I think for now, sim racing will pick up. But when it is like the rally stages and the tracks open back up, I believe that it won't keep growing as it would now. So it will reach its peak, and I believe that is where it will stay at unless the organizers and sponsors really invest more time into it. Because you can't just start it and expect it to grow by itself. They have to put in the time, the advertisements, sponsors have to get on board and really show the interest. The prizes to be won, and with the sim racing now, you will spend probably about $15,000 to $20,000 on a full sim rig versus a car where you will be spending over hundreds of thousands of dollars. First of all, you're going to buy an expensive car. With some people, you'll buy Evo, whatever the case is. And then you still have to
I know about spending a lot of money on sim rig equipment. So.
And then when you go out on the track.
Right behind you here.
Yes, exactly. So you have one of the best already, right? So
we don't know. There might be a better out there. There might be better out there we don't know about.
I believe you have one of the best in the country. I could say that. I could say that for sure.
So we don't know about that one.
When you spend your money on a rig, that's like a one-time investment unless one electrical part go wrong. But with a vehicle now, anything could go wrong at any time. So you go out on the track today, after you spend about $10,000 just to go to this race meet, your engine can mash up, a man could bounce it, you could flip, and that's the next set of money to spend again. So if it is you're looking for the cheaper way out and still have fun at the same time, I will go to sim racing.
Next one, I have a question for you. Do you have any heroes or anybody to really look up to in sim racing? Not necessarily locally, but I mean on the whole global picture. Somebody that you look up to and has basically maybe have helped you get where you are now.
Yeah, there's one person I like to watch in particular, and that's Super GT. To me, he have a dry sense of humor and he real. So if he dive bomb, if he lock somebody, he will say that wasn't the move he should have done. He also gave a lot of tips, and he's also one of the respected people in the FIA Gran Turismo championship as well, because he usually gets invited to those stuff. So I more watch his videos than anything else and try to follow his guidelines.
Right. The next question here is, does your family support this sim racing thing, and do they get frustrated at you for staying up late at night or doing a lot of sim racing and playing GT Sport and things like that, or you know?
Well, from my background of racing, my mother also races and she also does drifting. So with the sim racing, she always give me my time. Even since I was younger, I say smaller because I was short, but since I was younger, she always give me my time. If I want to play my Gran Turismo, that's the only game I used to play. And she never had a problem with it, and she support me 100%. When I was doing the qualifying, I know she was uneasy because it's like a real life thing for her as well. She loved to support her only child in anything that he does. So in sim racing, she has absolutely no problem, and I know she would like to see me come out on the podium at the end of this.
Yes, your mother and many others. Talking about that now, we know we have one commentator has already backed you and basically put his card in that he supports you. That being said, now what do you need to do to convince Ray that you're gonna be the winner at this event? What do you think is the one outstanding thing you're gonna do to convince him?
Probably give him $1,000, but apart from that, I think he just waiting to see consistency.
Right.
So as time goes on during the races, I believe once he could see consistency with amongst the drivers, and once I can be the best at that, I believe he will start to back me eventually.
Right. Okay. Oh, unless another dark horse appears out on the way in this last qualifier.
Correct, is right.
Who
but
knows?
I believe it have a certain someone coming up again in this last qualifier.
I want to see that. I want to see that. Definitely want to see that. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Brandon, Mr. Brandon Steele, aka Drift Brat. It was very nice having you on the show, and I wish you the best, and I hope to see you basically reach to the finals.
Yes. So once I reach the finals, I have my sponsors backing me too. I have Drive Style Limited, I have Amsoil Lubricants, Lexam Diagnostics, Racetrack Wheels. So I'm hoping for the best.
All right, Brandon. Thank you.